Guys, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be reviewing Everton, 12th in the Premier League, on 37 points. A very sort of mix and match season for Everton in terms of the first half of the season was very poor, and the second half of the season has been, a bit better on the up for sure, with the changes in managers they've had throughout the season. Obviously Everton, as a club, they obviously have aspirations of being in obviously the top 8, top 6, maybe even challenging for the Champions League places. Obviously as well, Goodison Park is one of the old school grounds, tight to the pitch, very vocal and passionate fans. You just want to see Everton, try and be as successful as their neighbours Liverpool. Unfortunately, they've always sort of been they're in their shadow at this moment. And hopefully with their new manager they got, which I'll talk about a bit later in the video, maybe it'll be an upwards turn for Everton. Obviously, first off, we'll review the cup competitions for Everton. The League Cup, they got to quarter-finals, and they lost to Leicester on penalties. FA Cup, they lost to Liverpool in the third round. And it's really the FA Cup one that, stands out for me. Obviously, Merseyside derby, very big game. Now, Liverpool rotated, gave some debuts to some youngsters. Everton put out a pretty much full-strength team. A team they would play in the Premier League, pretty much. And all before the match, people saying this Everton's best chance of beating Liverpool because they always struggle to beat Liverpool and haven't beat them for a while. And the pundit said, seeing the team sheet would give them motivation. Now, Everton did have a lot of chances that game, but I feel the same mistakes happened for them in terms of defence. Maybe a bit of complacency because maybe seeing the kids in the lineup for Liverpool thinking, oh yeah, we easily got this, we don't need to play that well. And to be fair, Liverpool's youngsters did play very well, especially the second half. They came out the blocks and they were actually the better side in my opinion in the second half than Everton. And ultimately they got the goal through Curtis Jones. So you have to sort of think, Everton as a whole there, what was the actual game plan in that game? It was their best chance to sort of beat their rivals, get further in the cup competition. Their fans want to win silverware, and the cup competition represents the best chance for Everton. And when they were given a chance by their rivals, they came up short. So very sort of disappointing in that aspect for Everton in the cup competitions. So as obviously touched on at the start, Everton have so far had three managers so far this season. So they started off the season with Marco Silva, a manager who obviously he did well at Olympiacos before coming over to England, managing Hull City. And even though Hull went down, he did get praise for the way he tried to make Hull play. Play nice passing football, attacking, free-flowing football. But ultimately that was sort of the reason that many thought they did go down, because of their sort of willingness to play that free-flowing, attacking football, but their defence wasn't that good. So, you sort of had positives and negatives to the way Silva wanted Hull to play. He obviously moved to Watford, got them playing very well before his controversial move, let's say that, to Everton. That's why Everton and Watford have sort of bad blood when sort of maybe Everton want a Watford player or vice versa, and why it's sort of a little bit, sort of naughty when they play each other now and then because of that. But anyway, he moved to Everton, and a lot of fans are sort of pleased with his appointment. They thought, yeah, he's going to play the Everton way, the free-flowing, attacking football that the fans crave. But ultimately, I think what let Silva down was his signings. I feel, me personally, that he signed too many centre attacking mids. You know, he had players like Sigurdsson, Davy Klaassen, you had Wayne Rooney. There were a few more as well, and you had Calvert-Lewin who could play there. And you know, you're sort of looking at it and thinking, why have they got so many cams? You know, I think the players they signed, there were just too many players of the same ability. Like, and you know, you look at their bench, you think, oh yeah, Klaassen, well, how's he going to change the game? And he's the same. It's just a like for like, you know. And it just didn't make sense why they were signing players like that. I feel a lot of players they signed were just signed for squad depth. They weren't signed to improve a team at all. The only sort of player that has and still is doing well is Calvert-Lewin. Up front, he sort of blows hot and cold. He does miss a lot of chances. The fans do like him, but you know, he's not at that level yet. But he's getting there. He's getting there slowly. He's a good player, but he's not there yet. So you know, they've got to have a lot of patience for him. Ultimately, in the end, you know, Marcus Silva's tenure ran out. Duncan Ferguson came in just to hold the reins for a bit. And he got actually Everton playing well. You know, he got them because he's sort of Everton legend. He knows what it means to fight for the badge, that sort of thing. He got the players understanding that and recognising that. And, you know, the performances reflected Ferguson's views on the pitch. Ultimately, he did do a few sort of odd decisions. I remember when he substituted Moise Kean on to the pitch, and then about 10 minutes later he substituted him off. Very, very strange. He also did it with Czech Tozan as well. He wanted an attacker, he brought Tozan on, and then he substituted him off about 5-10 minutes later. So I don't understand why he did that. Maybe he was trying to, I don't know, make a point or something, I don't know. But Everton did improve a little bit under Ferguson in terms of their spirit. The football was a bit better as well, and you had all the players sort of fighting for the badge. Obviously, during that, you're getting loads of talks of managers. You know, David Moyes was mentioned to come back to Everton. But Everton fans are thinking, no, we deserve a big appointment. We're that size of a club. You know, we want to be competing with the top six or the big six as we normally expect it. And you know, we want to be a bit nearer Liverpool and teams like that. So they managed to get in Carlo Ancelotti, which is a big name to come in to a club like Everton. You know, he's been successful wherever he's gone. Obviously, he's won the Premier League before with Chelsea. He's got a good reputation. Players speak highly of him as a manager. And, you know, I saw it as a really, really good appointment for Everton. Obviously, he's come in. The results have improved. There's still the odd results where you just get trounced, really, and you think, well, this is going to be harder than I expected. And I think Ancelotti knew that when he came in. He didn't come in going, oh yeah, in this amount of time and to get Everton, you know, in this position. He just came in and went, I'm here to improve them now, but give me time. And, you know, I think looking at Everton's squad, you know, it is going to take time. There needs to be a massive, you know, rebuild at Everton. Obviously, Ancelotti will want the players that maybe have done well for him in the past, but obviously they're going to cost big. So maybe some players that are sort of deadwood, if you can call them that, you know, need to be sold, you know, get money in, free up the wages, and the players that Ancelotti wants can come in. Then sort of Ancelotti can get his stamp on the squad, and then Everton can push on. I mean, obviously where they are now, obviously reflects what happens earlier in the season. But I personally think if the season does resume, they'll move up the table, probably finish in like the top 8, top 9, to end off the season. But yeah, the early starts of Ancelotti's reign has been positive. I think he is a manager that will get the Everton play. He will improve a lot of Everton players. I already think Calvert-Lewin's taken strides since Ancelotti's come in. He looks a much better player. They're also defending a little bit better. Definitely before under Marco Silva they were leaking goals. But I think Ancelotti's come in, maybe with the help of Ferguson as well, and has improved their defence. They definitely look a bit more solid at the back for sure. And yeah, overall it looks very positive in the early stages for Everton. Obviously we'll see what happens in the transfer window, what players they can get out, and what players Ancelotti will want to bring in. But yeah, I definitely think in the next few seasons we'll see sort of drastic improvement in Everton. I don't think maybe they're challenged for the Champions League yet, but I do think you'll see them be close to it. That's my opinion. I just don't think they're better yet than any of the teams above them. I don't think they've got that calibre yet of player, that can change a game. Even when you're not playing well, I don't think they've got that player. But obviously it's the early stages of Ancelotti's reign, and I'm sure he'll address that, and you'll see Everton fly up the table and maybe challenge for that Champions League spot. Also as well, I mean, Everton, as I mentioned as well about the start of the video, obviously they see themselves as a sort of top 8 club. And that's ultimately what I think Ancelotti will get them to be. I think maybe as well they'll challenge a bit more in the cups to try and win silverware, sort of get that burden off their shoulders. And so obviously they're Liverpool, always Tottenham, about the fact they haven't won a trophy for so long. So I think maybe that's what the Everton fans will want, is a trophy, and obviously a higher up league position, and possibly getting European football at Goodison Park. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Any Everton fans, if you stumble across this video, what do you think of the season so far? Where do you think you can go now Ancelotti's in charge? What players do you think needs to go, and what players would you like to bring in? What do you think for your next few seasons? Do you think you can push on now, getting like the top 6, or do you think you could get and gate crash on Champions League spots? Anyway guys, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care guys, and goodbye.